when trying to catch carp, location is absolutely crucial. Now over the years I've developed my own little method. I call it the Lee method. Legs, ears and eyes. By using that tactic and that method, I've usually found the carp. Locating them isn't easy, but once you've found them, you can have a really good winter session. Last winter, I managed to locate the carp each time I went, and I did catch.
Bang on £23, third 20 of the session, chuffed a bit, just under £20, £19 14 ounce. Check out the scale pattern on that, £22, what a corker. Left rod, £18 2 ounce, chuffed. And there we have it, a stunning 17.5 pounder, £21 2, freezing cold block of ice. After working my way through a few of the smaller carp, it's into another 20.
Well, that was what happened last winter, but how did I catch them? Winter carp fishing requires a deep understanding of carp behaviour. Now, in the colder months, carp are driven by temperature and food availability. They are cold-blooded, so they will seek out the warmest area of the lake, looking for the most suitable temperature that is comfortable for them and has a sustainable food source at the same time. Now, because the metabolism slows down a hell of a lot, they are using very little energy and don't often move. Now, thermological studies show that the carp are often in that warm, deeper water, but through the daytime, it's actually the shallow water that becomes the warmest because it's not that deep and the sun hits it and warms it up a lot faster than the deeper water. But that also comes with its own consequences. Whilst you may be seeing the carp in the shallow water in the day, as the temperatures drop, as the night time creeps in, those water temperatures are going to drop as well, and the carp will move out into the deeper water. Now, they're not going to be right at the bottom. Again, they try to find that thermo layer where they are comfortable. In other words, the water is the warmest, which makes them the warmest they can be. Now, the smallest temperature drop can make a massive difference to the carp. We're talking less than a couple of degrees. So the carp can be sitting in 6 degrees through the day, and the temperature of that area reduces. The carp is going to try and find some other water which is of an equal temperature. But once that temperature drops, bear in mind that if the water is 5 degrees, the carp is 5 degrees. If it's -2, yeah, the carp is -2. And in those climates and those conditions, the carp's metabolism and feeding habits have slowed right down. That being said, I've been checking the weather for the next week and it's looking promising. 9 degrees through the day and 4 to 5 degrees at night. If you've been following the channel, you know that last week I was fishing the deeper section of Trent View, what they call the bowl. Now it's 30 foot deep, and because it's winter, I truly was expecting the carp to be in that area. But for winter, the temperatures are not exactly getting cold at the moment. It's still 9 degrees in the day and 5 degrees at night. So I'm focusing my efforts on this session in the shallower water where it's 15 to 18 foot deep. Now I have seen carp show down this end of the lake, which is a really good sign. So all of the effort that I'm putting in may pay off, because in carp fishing there's no promises or no guarantees. As you can see, it's a very misty morning at Trent View, what you might call thick as pea soup. I've only got 2 rods out at the moment, as you can see, I am contemplating on only using 2 rods. By using just the 2 rods reduces the amount of lines through the water, which might increase the chances of me getting a bite. I've made a mix the same as last week: crushed boilies, pallets, casters and maggots. The only thing I've done different is added amino blend 365. As I'm using pallets, crushed boilie, maggots and casters, I just wanted to explain what happens when you use smaller food items as it drops through shallow water and deeper water, and explain the effects of undertow. When you're using smaller freebies like I am in this session, maggots and casters can be affected by the depth of the water and the undertow. In shallow water, you don't get a very widespread of bait. But when you move over into deeper water, those maggots, casters and smaller food items are going to create a wider spread as they head down towards the lake bed. So what you should be thinking about is the deeper the water, the wider spread of bait you will have by the time your bait gets down to the bottom. The other thing taken into consideration is undertow. By the time it's dropped through 25 to 30 foot of water, you might not even be baiting the right spot anymore. I hope that's some more useful information for you. Now, while I was making that little diagram and explaining undertow, it's actually going to be going dark in the next half an hour, so I've noticed that there's some carp showing. They're not showing directly in front of me, just off to my right, so I'm going to sit, drink my cup of tea and see what happens over the next few hours. Don't let the colder winter months put you off. It's always nice to be out on the bank. Just take a look at that beautiful sunset. Just like that beautiful sunset, the carp are in their most awesome, spectacular winter colours as well. And not forgetting, in winter, they can be at the best weights and the banks are a lot quieter. While I was quietly confident that I was going to get a run last night, staying awake past 9 o'clock has been incredibly difficult due to the dark nights coming in at 4:30. To be honest with you, I've been sleeping like an infant. I've been tucked up by 9 o'clock, which is not really a bad thing because it's looking like bite time is going to be early mornings through to dinner time. So I haven't recast the rods, I've left them out sitting pretty, and hopefully one of them will go off. Well, it wasn't one of my rods that went off, it was Craig's in the next swim, landing this beauty at just over £20, an absolute corker, proving that some of the best looking carp can be caught in winter. And as the carp seem to be having a morning feed, it's time for Truffles Treats, what she got this week to eat, it's Truffles Treats. And because we've been poking fun out of her all Christmas, dressing her up in various clothes, making her look silly and stupid. Good girl. She's got some Rancho's jerky steak beef bites. And yeah, she loves these because these are one of her favourites. You've had these before, haven't you? Hey, you like these, don't you? There you go. Now another one. Such a good girl. Truffles treats, what she got this week to eat, it's Truffles Treats. Considering it's winter, the nighttime temperatures are not too bad at the moment. 4 and 5 degrees, yeah, that's great for winter. I'm only wearing my normal tracksuit bottoms at the moment with my waterproof trousers over the top. I've got a thermal long sleeve top on with a normal t-shirt, a hoodie and my nice warm fleece jacket, and not to mention my lovely hat because I had my hair cut for the family photos and things over Christmas. But yeah, next week I think you're going to really need to wrap up because they're forecasting -3 and snow for at least a few days, or they're threatening that's what's going to happen. The weather forecast is probably just as unpredictable as carp fishing or carp angling. I redid the middle rod at about 11 o'clock last night, so it's been out for about 10 hours, and this morning I had a strange occurrence, a few bleeps and the bobbin dropped back. I hit into it, but there was nothing on it. So before I get the middle rod back out, I thought I'd show you the singles that I had for Christmas. I'm really impressed with them. They're very strong, very sturdy, and they do look sexy on the bank. And the new purple butt grips match me swingers, and what you call a proper tackle tart now. Another great Christmas present I had was this 11 litre NGT water tank. It's great for when you're out doing long sessions on the bank through the winter and you've got 11 litres of water. That's 11 litres of tea, so you can make plenty hot drinks, keep you warm through the winter. That's the middle rod back out just as he drops down into 18 foot. And that's where I've seen the car. Me and Craig were just talking and he literally just said, what time's run time? Apparently it's now. All of the runs are coming through the morning, which in winter it can be great because getting out your sleeping bag at night is really cold. And yeah, an absolute banger, fully scaled at £20 8 ounce. Well done, Craig, nice job.
Thank you.
No action on the rods last night, but the car are showing. So I've made a few rig changes for the left rod. I've tied up a couple of solid PVA backs, and that's what I'm going to be using on the left rod throughout today. Ooh, and I think I'm actually in. And I think I'm in. I'm in. Get in. And how about that? Just before I was going change over to the solid bag on the left rod, the middle rod goes off. Not very often I'm able to get some footage of a landing Carp, and I do.
On the bottom or zig?
Tied up something.
Can we screw in and move wellies?
Why, thank you, sir.
Well done, mate.
You're right, my turn soon. How about that then? Just talking about making a rig change and the middle rod goes off. Okay, so I've got the rods back out on the spot. I've set up the tripod, got the waist sling and the scales all set up. Carp's been safely resting in the landing net over there. So let's get it out and take a look. Quite excited to see it. And there we go. 18 pounder. Cracking. Freezing cold Carp. Winter's not too bad at the moment, but chuffed a bit. Location is key, as I've been saying, and if you get the location right, you can land a few of these winter stunners. Let's quickly take a look at the other side. And there we go. As I said, chuffed a bit. Just over £18. New Year's Eve, by the way. Hope everybody has a great New Year. Best wishes for you. But let's get this one back. Nice, get one on the bank. Off you go. It's always nice to get a Carp on the bank in the colder months through the winter. Well, I've been sharing a lot of information because sharing is caring. Just packed everything down. I've literally just got the rods out. I was literally just making a cup of tea for myself to have on the drive home, and the left rod's gone off, resulting in another Carp in the landing net. So I'm going to get things set back up again. Let's take a look at it. Everything packed away, left rod's gone off. Lovely take. Just over £18 again. You can always tell when you're gonna go. Be a good girl. Yeah, last knockings. Really happy with how the session worked out. It's always good to put a couple on the bank. Certainly gives you a lot more confidence when you're catching a few. Truffle, Craig doesn't want the attention. But yeah, lovely. Let's get this one back, and then I'm gonna wait. And then I'm gonna make the way back home. Trent View, winter wonder. Cheers, buddy. Okay, that really is the end of the session now. Everything is all packed away. If you've enjoyed the video, please consider giving it a like and a thumbs up. You're welcome to subscribe to the channel. Please do subscribe to the channel because you're watching a 2 out of 3 part episode, and you wouldn't want to miss what goes on in part 3 of Committed to Carp. Wishing you all a very happy new year and all the best for 2025. Thanks for watching. Catch you next time.